The headline, whenever I read that today, Anthony, I just thought, unbelievable. What an unbelievable disgrace it is that there was a settlement given to a man of the character and the stature of that guy, Matt, whatever his name is. He was one of the most disruptive people that I ever dealt with while I was in office. He had a special vindictiveness towards attacking me, usually, in the meetings, and he would sit there like a 6-year-old child with his hand up in the air, being disruptive, and wouldn't put his hand down and would butt in. And unfortunately, Vicky was chairing the commission, and Vicky would never control the meetings. At one point, I tried to get policy in place that was pointed pretty much directly at him, just to keep him from being disruptive, because Vicky couldn't control the meetings. And then when Gerald and Vicky looked at it and it was coming from me, they both voted against it. So this guy remained out of control in the meetings, to the point that he became so disruptive he had to be physically removed from the meeting because he wouldn't shut up, and we couldn't have the meeting. And so David, instead of David Black, the sheriff, charging him with disruptive behavior at the least, David just throws him out of the meeting and says, go home. Well, yeah, of course he's going to go to the ACLU or some sort of scumbag attorney association and sue the county. If David would have charged him with disruptive behavior at the least, then at least the county would have had ground to stand on, which I still believe the county would have ground to stand on if the legal ground wasn't established by Roy Nichols. Roy Nichols, he lays down every time he hears the word boo. And he did that in this case. He settled with a guy that should have been charged with disruptive behavior. Now, through Roy Nichols' leadership, which I wouldn't call it that, but some may, Roy's now has settled with this guy for $45,000, and then at the end of the day, the headline reads, Couy Griffin's actions cost Otero County $45,000. So it's just this circle of just a whirlwind, a political whirlwind for me. And as I told a friend earlier after I read the headline, I was like, the Otero County Fair is going on this weekend. If I were to go up to the fair, I would probably have the people there coming up to me wanting to know why I cost Otero County $45,000. Whenever I think the incident that Matt's even talking about even took place after I was even removed from office. So I'm sorry just to ramble so much, Anthony. I hope that I hit on at least a few cylinders in trying to explain kind of what transpired and what took place. But for the headline to read, Couy Griffin's actions cost Otero County $45,000, whenever all I was trying to do was speak during the meeting, and this Matt guy would be as disruptive as anybody that I've ever dealt with, and anybody that's been in those commission meetings would agree with every word that I'm talking about, unless they're one of that Matt's little clique, the Recall Couy clique. So, but again, I'm sorry if I talked in circles. I hope I explained it some, Anthony. And I appreciate you reaching out and letting me comment.